Hey gang, it's Gord Wilson with Baja Life Realty, and in this different video, I'm just going to be a little bit of a talking head here. But I felt I was overdue in giving you an update on some things that have been happening and a bit of an explanation as to why you haven't seen much of me in the last couple of weeks. So I had surgery down here in Mexico, and hopefully this will respond to some of the very popular questions we get about the medical system here in Mexico. So as a little bit of background, I was a really big guy for most of my life, and the damage was done to my knees. So I have severe osteoarthritis in both knees, and it had been getting progressively worse in the last couple of years to where my knees started to buckle. I had to stop running. I almost fell a couple of times, and I was getting really consistent chronic pain. So a couple of weeks ago, I took my mother's advice and I went for a consultation with a joint specialist surgeon here in Mexico. And I was a little worried. I wasn't really feeling like I was wanting knee surgery or anything super major, but a couple of years ago, my mother had a plasma injection therapy in her knee where she had seen just phenomenally positive results. And so I went to see this guy thinking that is what would wind up happening for me. Well, he took a look and he said, yes, I'd love to give you that therapy. However, your damage is pretty severe to where I had lots and lots of debris floating around in my knees. And so he didn't want to do the plasma injection therapy without first going in with what's called arthroscopic surgery, where they kind of cut in and they pull out all the debris. So it was pretty major surgery. I was a little freaked out, but talk about timing. I mean, I had the consultation and he offered me the surgery date 5 days later. So I just kind of looked at Caitlin. I didn't have a ton of tours on the schedule until kind of June and July, and this was in the first week of May. So I just said, the heck with it. Let's just bite the bullet and do this thing. So I went under the knife last Wednesday. It was pretty intense. I had to have a spinal anesthetic, which froze me from the waist down, and then they put me to sleep so that I wouldn't have to be awake and listen to everything. And I woke up a couple hours later in a hospital bed with frozen, apparently empty knees of debris. And so spent the rest of that day kind of sleeping in the hospital. This was a week ago Wednesday. I guess my dates are not that hot. That would put us at about the 17th, I think it was. 16th or 17th. And yeah, and then I was actually able to use a walker, and with Caitlin's help, I made it out to the car and she got me home, and I spent the next several days just kind of working from bed, trying to do some work on my laptop, but obviously under a lot of painkiller, and just trying to stay positive. I have progressed from a walker to a cane in just less than a week, so crazy. It's actually Tuesday now, so it's just been 6 days since the operation, but I'm on to walking around with a cane. I'm making enormous progress, and then next week I start the plasma injection therapy, which should regrow the cartilage in my knees. Couple other quick notes. The hospital was amazing. I went in with trepidation, but the staff was just over the top. Kind, gracious, professional. Everything was super clean. The room that they had for Caitlin and I was amazing. It was actually in the children's ward, so there was a big, beautiful mural painted on the wall of a whale shark. It was all bright colors. The staff was absolutely wonderful, from the surgeon to his second-hand surgeon, the right-hand guy that he had helping him out, the anesthetist, all the nurses. I was just blown away with how wonderful everything went. And now I'm healing quickly, and hopefully after this injection therapy, I'll start regrowing some cartilage in my knees, and I'll be back on the pickleball courts before you know it, running up mountains and hiking like a young guy again. So that's my update. I thought some of you would be interested in knowing what was going on and why I'd been kind of MIA for the last couple of weeks. And there you have it. The medical system in Mexico is phenomenal. I'm super impressed. Oh, and I didn't talk about cost, but we are talking an absolute fraction, not just of the cost, but of the waiting time to have gotten something like this done in Canada or the US. So pretty pleased. Still very, very tender, still walking with a cane, but there you have it. Hope you're all great, and I hope to talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.